And as the results come in, it was soon known that Britain had its first woman Prime Minister.
I've spoken to you on many occasions about national concern.
Tonight, two West Australian eyewitnesses described to Gavin Hewitt what they'd seen as the SKYLAB wreckage passed over.
Oh, Moffat has made a brilliant start. He's flying and Brock is going.
Exceptional rear passenger room and full equipment.
Introducing new Ford Falcon GL.
GCG Turbochargers was founded in 1979 by three partners. That was Graham, Colin and Gary. So the C in GCG stood for Colin, who was my father, one of the original founders of the business. The main products they sold were turbochargers from Air Research. There was the Ingersoll Rand brand, which is again another North American large manufacturer of compressed air products. We had the sole distribution of Jacobs engine brakes, which was an auxiliary braking system for big Class 8 trucks found typically on things like Mack, Detroit, Cummins and Caterpillar. Those three products were the stable of the business for the first 15 years. The business was started primarily around the transport sector, where turbochargers were fitted to most on-highway trucks and small delivery vans. Typically, turbochargers of the late 70s and early 80s were non-wastegated turbochargers, so just free float, bush bearing style turbochargers, very much over-engineered and robust. Automotive turbochargers came along, and when they came into the market with the Porsches and some Mitsubishi applications and some Saab applications, this was very much a black art to most mechanics. They didn't want to touch it, didn't really want to understand it. All they knew was that it actually made the car go a lot faster than the typical natural aspirated cars on the road.
Must go faster.
I joined the company in the April of 1990. I returned from an overseas holiday, questioned by my father what I was going to do. He said, come and join me at the company. So I started as a warranty clerk, where I was processing warranty claims for the large OEMs that we dealt with in North America. And my day was a desk jockey with paperwork, filling in claim forms and sending them off to the US. Back then it was all by mail, posted everything, no fax machines, no computers. When I started with the company, my father was still repairing turbochargers, and this he would do daily in a collared shirt and a tie. And he would do this just in case a supplier or an important customer came in. He could transition quickly from the workshop to his office and sit down and have a meeting and then get back to work. My mother Carol is just as much part of the GCG as my father Colin, being a support mechanism for my dad in the early days, doing all sorts of roles within the company from accounting, sales to administration. 4 years ago, my son Riley joined the business as a mechanical engineer, continuing the tradition of an Australian family-owned business. In 2004, I became aware of a buying group called the Capricorn Society, which had started its roots in WA and transitioned across the country and had become quite a strong, powerful buying group. I made investigations, and in 2004, we became the first turbocharger supplier in the Capricorn organisation. In 2009, I had approached BorgWarner to become a distributor for Australia. Up until that point, they only had a sole distributor here, and that distributor wasn't really interested in the performance sector, the tuning market. At this point in time, in 2009, we had delved deeply into tuning. We were doing most of the race car turbochargers around the country. Drag races like Pack Performance were regulars at our workshop with blown-up turbochargers that we were fixing. BorgWarner were coming into the scene with some nice new performance turbochargers. They agreed to appoint us the exclusive distributor for Australia for performance turbochargers, and the second distributor in Australia for passenger car, transportation and regular OEM style turbochargers. GCG Japan started from a relationship that was born out of a distribution of a product from Japan that GCG had exclusivity to, which was the Garrett tuning brand from Japan. Unfortunately, Garrett went into receivership in Japan. At this time, the international sales manager found himself without a job. I came to agreement to employ him in Japan. Quite quickly, we established a warehouse. Garrett and BorgWarner acknowledged this and then made us distributors for their brands for tuning parts in Japan. Moving forward a few years, 2010, we established a company, moved away from being just a branch of the Australian business. Today, GCG Japan is a fully standalone business operating out of Chiba in near Tokyo. It focuses on representing not only the performance turbocharger products, but also Australian manufactured products. So we represent TurboSmart, Haltech, Plasmaman, Bullet Blocks, Super Pro, PWR, a number of manufacturers here in Australia appointed us the sole distributor for the Japanese market. Now those products end up on all these tuning cars at workshops across Japan. We're very active and committed to the Japanese tuning scene. In 2019, I was looking for a pivot in the business and to look for a product that fitted with our core values and sales techniques. I ended up in Amsterdam and having a meeting with the owner of a small European boutique manufacturer of additives and lubricants called JLM. Very quickly, we identified that it was a great fit for GCG, that the products helped with our turbochargers in servicing and maintaining the current modern vehicle, especially with common rail or a direct injection. Mid-2019, after a few discussions, shipments were on their way and we're appointed the distributor for JLM Lubricants. JLM since 2019 has become a standalone pillar of the business. So it has its own management, marketing, sales team, and we distribute it out of two sites, Sydney and Brisbane. The brand has become nationally recognised. We're focusing it directly to the trade, so the trade are embracing it back through us. Garrett Motion, the largest turbocharger manufacturer in the world, every 2 years has a global conference, and to get invited to this, you have to be one of the best turbocharger companies in the world. For the past 15 years, we've been invited to every one of these awards, and in 2013 and 2023, we were awarded the Global Distributor of the Year. It was so gratifying for me to attend the event with so many large distributors from around the world, USA, Europe, and to be presented with literally the gold medal of the industry for 2013 and 2023 was very humbling to myself. And to share that with my team on the return, it was amazing. In 1979, we started with 3 brands, Air Research, Ingersoll Rand, and Jacobs. Today we have 16 brands, which includes 6 turbocharger manufacturers who we represent for the country, some exclusively. My father and team started with 1,000 products on the shelf. Today we have over 40,000 SKUs in our lineup and 24,000 of those in stock. The business started with 3 partners. They were the 3 workers. Today, in 2024, we have 43 staff over 4 countries. Obviously Australia, Japan, Korea, and the Philippines. When the partners started in '79, the capacity to repair turbochargers would have been 3 to 5 turbochargers a week. Today, with our technical staff and dedicated workshop, we can do close to 200 turbochargers a week. The turbocharger industry is moving quite quickly with developments in Euro emissions and fuels and so forth. So the next 5 years for us is about consolidating us as a world leader in the turbocharger industry. And this focuses on both the sales and technical support side of the business, but also the service side of the business, where servicing of products is becoming more important to the customer. We're investing in our team. Our juniors are coming through our apprenticeship programs. This year alone, we've employed 3 apprentices. We're investing in new technology, in new machinery, in new equipment, the latest in scanning systems, balancing machines, in flow bench machines, This is all technical equipment to make sure that we can stay ahead of the service game in the turbocharger industry. We're also continuing to expand. We started our Brisbane office 2 years ago now, and they're on a growth pattern. We'll have a service facility in that area within the next 12 months. The plan is to cover the East Coast with good quality OEM specified, approved turbocharger servicing with the warranty support of the manufacturers. T51R by HKS.
Why?
Just the sound of it. It's an iconic turbocharger. It fitted a number of applications from rotary to 6-cylinder pistons. Even you could put 2 on a twin turbo V8. I'm very partial to the whale tail of the 930 Porsche. Also, early Subaru. They were pretty cool for their time. Supra. Owned a Supra in my time. Owned a GDR in my time. All great turbocharged cars. In my opinion, the best decade for turbochargers is the 1990s. The reason being is it's when the ball bearing turbocharger from Garrett / HKS came into the market. This was a game changer. Prior to the ball bearing turbocharger coming into the market, we were struggling with holding turbochargers together for motorsport. And we would have customers that would race on a weekend and go through 3-4 turbochargers in a weekend. Ball bearing turbocharger changed that around. All of a sudden, the turbocharger could handle the boost, could handle the thrust loads, and it was a game changer. But in saying that, today you find so many vehicles on the road with a turbocharger. The regulations around fuel emissions, the size of engines, the power output that the customers are asking for from these vehicle manufacturers. Today we're running at around 65% new product market penetration with turbochargers on vehicles. My favourite automotive event that I've attended was only last year, and it was Le Mans 24-hour. This event was like none other. I was there with Garrett Motion. We had full pit and grid access. Over 400,000 people, 24 hours. I didn't make it through 24 hours. It's a tough gig if you want to watch 24 hours of motorsport live. It was an awesome day and night. How has the business survived 45 years? It's our people. GCG is my family. Outside of my real family at home, I come here to make a difference for all of them. The industry has been kind to me, so I try to be kind back to the industry.